Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about this unit back here and how it's built, what equipment we used, and how we wired it, and for what reason we built it in the first place. So stay tuned, watch the video. Alright guys, so here we have the unit. We have fireman, microphone, and stuff. So anyways, we'll go over it all. Up here we have the Furman PL Plus D Series 2. Very great unit. A little overkill for this kit, for this model at least. I might change it by buying a MX8 or something. Just a little cheaper because that is worth like 800 bucks. It's pretty pricey, but that's what I had kicking around when I built it, and I had a gig last weekend, so a rental I should say, so I had to get it going, right, and protected. It's always good to have a Furman power conditioner of some sort. Furman is the leading brand. Okay, you can see it over here. All right, over here. But it protects your equipment because, especially in this unit, for instance, you're renting it to people that don't necessarily know how to use equipment most of the time. And that's okay, but sometimes they'll plug it into an old barn, a generator, some unstable power. At least this unit is going to protect your valuable equipment. Valuable. Well, it still has value even though it's not the high-end stuff. You know, even this microphone here, we got a BLX4R wireless microphone with an SM58 and a half-wave antenna. There's a second one behind the unit because I didn't put the bracket to have the second one here, which I will probably do in the future version. But really good unit, good little wireless. I have 4 of them. I've had them for years. Wonderful. I don't have the bracket because I needed to pass the cable here, and it's a big space for just one cable, but I had nowhere else to get the cable through the rack from the back. Now, over here, some of you might know what this is and some of you might not. This is a anti-feedback suppressor or canceller or whatever you want to call it, but basically this is the 2.0, which is not like the second version. It just means it's 2-channel, so there's 2 in, 2 out. There's a 4, 6, and 8, I believe, channels, so 8 in, 8 out basically. So if you have 2 microphones in this unit, since we only have 1, I'm only using 1, but basically the way I wired it, and you'll see later in the back, is the microphone is wired to it and then out to the mixer. Okay, and then here we have the mixer, the American Audio Media Operator BT, so Bluetooth. We have SD card or USB, the media buttons and screen, power button, aux for a laptop or iPod or whatever you want to connect to, and your selector. There's some connections at the back of the unit, RCA connections. aux 5 is this aux and or Bluetooth, or the SD or USB, which is a little confusing. Like, why is it all on the same channel? But anyways, it is what it is. It works. And then that's the volume for whatever input you select, the equalizer for it, and then here we have equalizer and volume for the one and only microphone, which is also 1/4 inch or XLR combo. Not that I've ever connected a 1/4 inch microphone, but this was built to be universal, I guess. Yeah. And then at the bottom here, a little self-explanatory, little amplifier, an EPQ 2000 from Behringer. Nice little amp, you know, 2000 watt peak. It's nothing crazy. It's enough for people who just want a small sound system to rent. More than powerful enough to do a 100 people dance party at a wedding or something. That's what they had last weekend. And I rent my ZLX 15 passive speakers with this kit. I just need to teach them how to use the speak-on connector, which is a little tricky, but I much prefer sending out passive because then we have a little more control. This does have a built-in limiter for protecting the speakers, which is wonderful, and the speakers could take more than what this amp can dish out, but it has a protection on it, so even if they crank it, it's not going to damage anything for the most part. And that's why you have contracts and liability insurance, and all that stuff. Now for back here, let's see if I can get it to autofocus here. It's a little dark, but basically I have this here is coming from my microphone going into the feedback suppressor channel 1, and then channel 1 out is going to the front of the mixer, and then the mixer to XLR front and left and right going to my amplifier. I know there's a lot of cabling, it's a little hard to show, and then all they have to do is plug in the 2 speakers right here on the amp. Super simple, and plug in power from the Furman. I'm not a fan of having this antenna so close to all this wiring and power, but it's been working fine, and maybe on the next build I'll make it a little better. I did order these short IECs cables. These are 1 foot, and over here we have a 2 foot because it's quite long enough, so I don't end up with a big bundle of wires like this. This is just from the BLX. There's 2 of them because usually there's 2 and they're all zip tied together. I didn't feel like dismantling that, so, but I wish Shure didn't have such a bulky long cable like this. It's just, it makes it really hard to make it clean, but in general, really clean, minimalistic in cabling. Everything is plugged in and it works, and people love it because it's super simple to operate. They tend to just plug in their iPhone or tablet too with Bluetooth, and they can control volume off their phone. So sometimes what I tell them is just set the volume on the unit, and from a distance you can control your music on Spotify or Apple Music, whatever you want to choose on your phone. And you could also use the volume on your phone or tablet to control the volume in your Bluetooth, which is perfect, especially for they want to use it for a wedding ceremony or, you know, a show of some sort, and they need to time it and they want to do it from distance. Wonderful. So anyways, guys, that's my short video on this little unit over here. I love it. It's simple, it works, powerful, but yet super easy to use. Comment down below what you guys think of it and what I could do different if you have any other suggestions or ideas, but honestly, it works. Why change it? All right, so check out my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. I'm a small channel that is going to be growing. I'm trying to make a few more videos, hopefully coming up soon. So stay tuned. Again, subscribe, like, comment. See you later.